I walked home from the school and I went to the wedding shop because that's where I went every day after school. And my worker was in the car waiting for me. She was like, "Oh, hello, Jess." And I was like, "What's going on?" And I just hopped in the car and went to the office to have a talk, and I moved. I didn't get to see any of my stuff then. Just all got packed up in my room. I got taken to the Feminist SA office and just got a rundown of what's going on and why I've been taken to the office. And I just got told I wouldn't be going back to the house and I'd just be going into the emergency care. And I was a bit shaken and sad and a bit stressed because all my stuff was at the house and I didn't know what was going on with it, and I didn't get to pack any of my stuff, and I went straight to emergency care with my school bag, and that's all I had.
When I was moving, there was this lady called who works there, and she was really good. She hung out with me for like a couple of days because before I went to the place that I was going to, I went somewhere else and stayed for a little bit, and that was by myself. And so she came around and was like watching TV with me and just like did some nice stuff, which made me feel better. Yeah, so when I went to I got to like hang out with them a bit more and like kind of sleep at their house a little bit more to understand their like how their family run and things like that. So that was better. And so there was more time put into it, which was really good.
Yeah, 2 weeks advance would do it really good for me. Or there's been a few sudden movements where I've had like 3 days to prepare, or there's been a movement where I've only had a week. For me, 2-3 weeks max would be a good time to tell them, so then it's not going to be something that's a shock to them.
So we were probably told a couple of days before, and then we didn't really get much time to like process it. So, and because we were younger, I mean, we probably didn't need that much time to process it, but like we're still like, as a human, you'd want to process things before you just slip into something new. So I guess it was just more the fact that we weren't told.
Where there are some kids that don't really care the reason. But if this child asks for a reason, give them a straight answer and don't lie to their face.
Yeah, you should know, because if you don't know, then the people that had you didn't want you because you weren't, good enough or anything like that. So, yeah.
I liked my placement. It wasn't working out, but I didn't want to move. And we didn't really sit down and work it out. We could have done that.
When you're little, they don't tell you as much, so you can't understand. So there's no kind of tell a 7 or a 9-year-old, because they'll just look at you like they won't understand what you're saying. So I guess when you get older, they tell you more because you'll understand. But I still don't think they tell you everything. If they don't tell you everything, then you're never going to trust them and you have a relationship with them. And because if you don't know everything, then there's bits and pieces missing, and that's, yeah.
How much you can take, how far you're going, who's picking you up, what time it's going to happen, and what goes on after you've gotten there. Do you stay there the entire time? Is she going to leave? Or is somebody going to be there with you? Or are you just going to be on your own?
They told me about their family and their daughters and what they do sometimes, and like when they go on holidays and stuff. Well, you don't want to move into somewhere and you don't know the people and you have to introduce yourself. It's a bit scary, like starting a new school. It's nice to go and have a tour and know where everything is. And
well, when she told me I wasn't going to live, she bought me this big fluffy teddy bear.
Tell the children in advance, at least 2 weeks, so that they can get their head around things. Otherwise, they're going to upset the child, and that's not very good. And then also to have somebody that they know come to the house and escort them to the new place, and maybe stay at the new place with them for a little bit first.
A few movements I've had a volunteer that taken me, but she actually took the time off to take me herself, which I reckon was the biggest thing for me was the fact that she took off that time to take me to my new placement instead of just organising a volunteer driver and letting it be and then coming to see me the next day.
Yeah, I think after maybe a couple of days, your social worker should ring you or even come around and ask you or talk to you, just so that they know that everything's okay. Because some kids might be shy to call their social worker and say, I don't like this place, or it's okay, or yeah, I'm having a great time, or anything like that. Because then it shows that somebody cares about how you're feeling about where you are. So yeah.
I got to talk to her, someone I knew I could talk to if something was wrong, and I knew I could talk to the people that were at my placement, but I felt more comfortable with my worker because she knew everything and I could tell her anything and just felt good.
I would tell them that they should telling the kids, anybody at any age, because it's really difficult, tell them like at least, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks before, just to get them ready to like leave sort of thing. For them to actually be there when you're packing, like help you and like reassure you and stuff like that, because they weren't very good at that. Well, if they're young, telling them that they're going to be okay and like, I don't know, talk about the nice things that the new foster people do for them and things like that. I'd say for older people, they don't really need that much reassuring, but maybe still somebody, like a young person even from the office, to come in and just talk to them and things like that.
3 weeks notice. Slowly moving during those 3 weeks boxes of their belongings so you don't have to leave anything behind. What time? Away from big events, because if you decide that you're going to move a kid near a big event and then the big event comes, usually you either have a meltdown on the big event or a meltdown on the day you have to move, but somewhere during that time you have a meltdown.
Introduce you to the other people if there's anyone there. Sit down and talk with you about what's going to go on and just about the whole move and everything. I'd help them unpack and just help them with anything they need. Just stay calm and make sure you know what's going on and keep asking if you don't know, and just keep talking to your work or whoever you can and make sure you feel comfortable.
I would tell them to keep calling and don't just stop like after you've said it once and they don't do anything, or even go in and visit your social worker and actually have a meeting with him and tell him that you are unhappy and something needs to be done.
Don't try to bottle the emotions that you're feeling all inside, because I'm telling you now, they're going to explode. Tell somebody you trust, and if you don't trust anybody, do what I did and tell your teddy bears. And if you don't have teddy bears, go buy a teddy bear.